أهلا بكم مشاهدي آيتك عبر قناة الحرة. هذا هو الأسبوع الرابع والأخير من هنا من لاس فيغاس، متابعة للتغطية الخاصة والحصرية بآيتك لمعرض NAB 2009، المعرض المتخصص بالتقنيات الإعلامية المرئية والمسموعة. كما نعلم هذا المعرض تأثر كثيرا هذه السنة بالأزمة الاقتصادية العالمية، إن كان من ناحية الحضور أو المشاركين. مجموعة جديدة من اللقاءات والتقارير بانتظاركم على مدى هذه الحلقة. كالعادة نتواصل دائما عبر بريدنا الإلكتروني itech@alhurra.com. يمكن مشاهدة هذه الحلقة وحلقات أخرى من آيتك في أي وقت على موقع القناة www.alhurra.com، وأيضا على youtube.com/الحرة. قبل الدخول إلى قاعات المعرض، ماذا سنشاهد معنا اليوم من NAB في آيتك؟ بث تلفزيوني مباشرة من المحمول، شاشة تلفزيونية تطوى كالورقة، وسائل توليف مواد الفيديو وبيعها على الشبكة، ويندوز 7 ميديا سنتر، أحدث محول فوري للصورة، جهاز جديد يعمل على بث الفيديو وإرساله لمحطة التلفزيون بواسطة تقنية 3G موبايل، هو مثالي في مجال الأخبار الطارئة بريكنج نيوز. بث مباشر على الإنترنت لإعادة بثه مباشرة لمشاهدي التلفزيون. الجهاز ما زال تحت الاختبار، وهو Location Porter RUT SD100 من سوني.
Sony is introducing the Location Porter. Location Porter is a portable video codec for sending video in real time over the internet. It's capable of connecting by 3G mobile broadband to the internet, and then at a studio location via LAN, having the same unit be configured as a receiver, it's able to output composite video output, either to a monitor or a record device. In addition to being able to communicate and send real-time video and audio, it also has bi-directional voice communication available, so that headsets that can be connected on either end could be used for low bit rate audio communication, so that you can communicate to and from the field while you're actually shooting an event. The quality is dependent upon the type of internet connection that you have. In this case, at NAB, we're showing a Sprint mobile broadband device that's connecting at speeds of up to 700 kilobits per second. If you have a lower speed connection, we have a codec that is scalable. So on this side of the Location Porter, we have two USB ports. Those can both be connected with 3G mobile broadband USB modem devices. And next to that, we have connection for the voice communication between the field for headset and microphone connection. Then the audio input and output connection is next. Then I mentioned in the studio we can connect a PC monitor, and for that purpose there's a 15-pin D-sub there. And then finally the video in or out on a BNC connector. So that's everything on this side of the unit. Now flip over and show you what's going on the other side. And that is simply in the studio I mentioned we can connect a mouse or a keyboard, and that would be accomplished by USB. And then next to that is our LAN connection. So in the studio, for example, we can hook up with a wired LAN. And then finally, external power in. So we supply the unit with an AC adapter that can be used for powering the unit from AC power as well. He's just here, he's connecting, in this case, a composite video and a stereo audio signal from, in this case, our HDV camera to the Location Porter to its composite video input and its line input for analog audio. And then he also has, in this case, a USB connected device for mobile broadband modem, and that's being connected by Sprint to the 3G mobile broadband connection. This on the receiver side, we're connected with a LAN connection, and then we can connect, in that case, as shown here, a mouse, a keyboard, and a PC display can be connected directly to the unit when operated in the studio, so that I can see a graphical user interface and be able to visualize the picture, be able to see the status of the actual bitrate resolution, the speed of connection, and so on.
FMD Flexible Message Display أو شاشة عرض مرنة. هذا المصطلح الجديد لشاشات ستصدر قريبا في المستقبل داخل المجلات لتعرض إعلانات بالصوت والصورة. شاشات بحجم صغير ورقيقة جدا يمكن طويها كما تطوى المجلة. هذا ما تعمل عليه ATG ديزاين وعرضته هنا في NAB.
We are featuring our flexible message display. We call it FMD. And the flexible message display is an ultra-thin audio-video display device. It is flexible, it is ultra-thin, it is able to be inserted into a magazine, into a book, placed upon a product. It's flexible, it can be wrapped around, for example, a soup can, wherein the soup stirs based on the video. The other novel feature is it is removable. So once it's placed in the magazine, it can then be removed and put on a mirror, put on your locker at school, put inside a book, and it'll still play video and audio as well. We expect to have a working prototype, a proof of concept prototype by early 2010. Shortly after that, we would expect to do some short runs of perhaps 100 units so that we can test for any bugs. We think that the main use for this is going to be a tool for advertising. Advertisers now will be able to display their video content in places they never could before. So upon a product can also become an advertising platform. The other thing is magazines are one of the best advertising formats for hitting their target market. You know who's reading Vogue magazine, you know who's reading Sports Illustrated, and so advertisers can effectively hit the people they want to hit. And the ability to feature exclusively your advertisement on this display and have it seen repeatedly is the dream of every advertiser. Basically, your memory could display as much as the memory can hold and as much as the power can play. So we would ideally, probably our initial prototype, will be a relatively short run animation, perhaps 10 seconds, 20 seconds of animation for maybe it'll run 1 or 2 weeks. But again, that's our proof of concept prototype. What we ultimately want to work on is something that would be that would add value to the magazine, added content as well as advertising that would generate the revenue for the magazine to justify the price of the device. It is www.atgdesignworks.com.
المواد الإعلامية على شبكة الإنترنت التي تأتي من المؤسسات الإعلامية أو شركات الإنتاج ويتم بيعها على الشبكة قبل أن تصل إلى المستخدم. هناك شركات متخصصة تعمل على توضيبها وعرضها بشكل ملفت. هذا ما تفعله يوريكا على سبيل المثال.
Eureka has developed what we think is the only embeddable flash player with an integrated payment gateway and a full-featured affiliate system. And by full-featured, I mean an affiliate system that lets individual producers go all the way down to assigning rights or participation for their sound man or their camera people or their actors. We can let a producer develop their content and sell it, share it, profit from it all over the internet with a single click. The way the technology works is somebody watches, they see the trailer, decide whether they want to buy the movie or not. They say, yeah, I want to buy that. It's the latest thing from Taylor Steele. Of course I want to buy it. So at the end of the trailer, and we'll just skip forward to it, it comes into a buy now panel. If they already have an account, they just log in with their email, their password, they click, then it brings them into the buy panel. If they don't have an account, they create an account. You do this one time, just like PayPal or iTunes, whatever. Once you create an account, you never have to go into this panel again. So if a person has an account, all they have to do is log in with their email address and their password. They say, okay, I'm going to log in because I want to buy that. Brings them to the buy panel. We give the producer the option to offer it in a lot of different ways. They can offer it for 1 day for X amount of dollars. They can offer it for 1 year for X amount of dollars. They can also attach a download to that particular film. Taylor has decided that he wants to let people view things on their iPod. So we make an iPod specific file of the movie. He adds another $5 on top of that. They get to watch it via download stream for 1 year, and they get to download the iPod version for $15.99. Our player is full-featured. It follows a DVD model with complete chapter control. Go to any chapter at any time. Because it's full streaming, everything is instant access. You can go, you don't have to wait for anything to download. You can go to the middle of the movie. It's a superlative viewing experience, and I think you'll see that even at full screen, it looks pretty good. If your bandwidth can support it, this is the high stream. All you got to do is go to www.eureka.com. That's with 3 E's. YOUREEEKA.com.
تأثرا بالأزمة الاقتصادية العالمية، بعض الشركات الكبرى التي تابعت على تواجدها في NAB قلصت مساحة العرض التابعة لها. ماذا سنشاهد بعد الفاصل في آيتك من NAB؟ ويندوز 7 ميديا سنتر، أحدث محول فوري للصورة،
آيتك عبر الحرة والحرة .com ويوتيوب.com/الحرة. والآن تابعوا آخر أخبار آيتك من خلال آيتك شو على تويتر. تشاهدون آيتك عبر الحرة والحرة .com ويوتيوب.com/الحرة. والآن تابعوا آخر أخبار آيتك من خلال آيتك شو على تويتر.
نعود بعد الفاصل مشاهدي آيتك عبر قناة الحرة لمتابعة الأسبوع الرابع والأخير من التغطية الخاصة والحصرية بآيتك لNAB 2009 بلاس فيغاس. ماذا سنشاهد الآن؟ ويندوز 7 ميديا سنتر، أحدث محول فوري للصورة، كنا تعرفنا معا سابقا في آيتك وضمن تغطيتنا لمعرض CES هنا في لاس فيغاس على نظام التشغيل الجديد من مايكروسوفت ويندوز 7 الذي يلي فيستا وما زال حتى اليوم بنسخته التجريبية. سنتعرف الآن أيضا على مايكروسوفت ميديا سنتر الجديد المصاحب لويندوز 7 بمواصفاته الجديدة أيضا.
Well, what I have here on my right is an HP TouchSmart PC running the Windows 7 public beta, and I wanted to show you some of the cool enhancements we've made in Windows Media Center. So you'll notice first off that I can use my finger to navigate. I'm just going to launch Windows Media Center there from the Start menu, and then navigate around within Windows Media Center. Just so you know, in Windows Vista we did include Windows Media Center, and it was available on the majority of the 180 million Windows Vista licenses that have been sold to date. So one thing you'll notice here under the guide, if I just bring that up, is up at the top. If I just navigate up here, not only do I have the broadcast shows there, but I actually have what we call virtual channels. So this is the guide, the Internet TV guide, or the TV guide to the Internet content. So virtual channels here, and then all of the shows. If I do add a TV tuner, my PC turns into a powerful DVR. Here, let me just show you one other thing. This is a feature called Turbo Scroll. So as I move through the guide, rather than it kind of flying by quickly, I can invoke this thing here. So if I want to see what's on, say on Saturday evening, I just hold this down until I see Saturday evening come up. I let go and it jumps to Saturday evening. You'll notice at the top of the screen there's a new desktop gadget. This gives consumers the ability to see new things that are coming, new TV shows, new videos, new movies that are available to them, either that they've had recorded with the DVR functionality. So you can see here the most recently recorded TV shows. If I move through, there's other things like series or sports content, news, specific channels and so on. So it gives them a jump point from the desktop to go directly to what they care about. And there's another feature that's similar to that in terms of making it easy for consumers to get to the things quickly that they care about. And that's a feature in Windows 7 called Jump Lists. And you'll see here from the Start menu, if I select the arrow next to the actual application next to Windows Media Center, I can see all of the most recently accessed things. So I could go straight to live TV, I could go straight to the TV guide, or straight to an actual piece of a show or a movie that I wanted to watch. So one other thing to show you, I mentioned that when you add an inexpensive TV tuner to Windows Media Center, your PC turns into a powerful DVR. So I just want to show you here what that would look like. And there's a new feature within recorded TV during the actual playback. So if I find, let's see, just find one of these. I'll pick this one and start playing it. I hit resume. Oops. You can see that I've got controls here. If I hit pause, I can actually move along the bar, and you see the little preview that shows up there of where it is. So you can go to wherever you want, you get a little preview, and then when you let go, it jumps to that point, and then you can go ahead and play and see what you want really easily. If consumers go to windowsmediacenter.com, it's all one word, windowsmediacenter.com.
رولند المعروفة بأجهزة الصوت والصورة للمحترفين والتي تستخدم من قبل وسائل الإعلام المرئي والمسموع، عرضت هنا في NAB 2009 بلاس فيغاس وقدمت أحدث ابتكاراتها أديرال VC50 HD فيديو فيلد كونفرتر، محول فوري للصورة، و RSS M48 لايف بيرسونال ميكسر، ميكسر شخصي للموسيقيين أثناء العروض الحية.
We have a new product, the VC50 HD, which is from our Alhurra brand as a part of the Roland Systems Group, and it is an HD SDI to 1394 bidirectional field converter. So we can convert from HD SDI to IEEE 1394, and that's at bit rates of 50 megabits right down to 2 megabits per second. And of course it is bidirectional, so we can also convert from FireWire to HD SDI. What we do is connect an HD SDI cable to the front. We select which resolution we would like to transfer through the FireWire, and then we send it out through a FireWire cable to a device like the F1 video field recorder, or directly into a computer or a PC to capture as a video stream. So what we're showing is a totally battery-powered 50 megabit per second recording solution. So we're starting with an Iconics HD SDI battery-powered camera. The signal is coming into the VC50 HD, which is also battery-powered, and then we are converting at 50 megabits per second into the F1 video field recorder, which again is battery-powered. Now for convenience, we have an HDMI cable, HDMI port here, and it goes directly to a battery-powered ICANN HDMI monitor. You can go directly to our website, which is www.adderall.com/VC50HD. This time we're looking at our RSS brand, which is Roland's professional audio brand, and we're introducing the M48 live personal mixing system. So really what it consists of is the S4000D, which is our splitter and power distributor, and then we have the M48 live personal mixer. So just a simple Cat5 connection from here to the distributor, and this supplies both the power and the audio signal to the M48. So the concept of the M48 is musicians can now share from 40 common sources and choose how they want to organize and mix those sources down to 16 stereo groups. So these are rotary encoders that allow you to adjust, in this case, the volume level of the piano sound, for example. Each one of these 16 stereo groups also has 3-band EQ. Also, we have a built-in reverb send, which is great for singers because they want to hear a little bit more ambience, a little bit more spaciousness when they do their singing. We have a fantastic sounding headphone jack here with a built-in attenuator on the back. But another great feature is that it's also a record out. So I can send all of the signals of the band rehearsing, except for the piano, say in this case, this musician's instrument, and do a music minus me or music minus one type of recording. And I would record that, say, to an Alhurra R09 recorder, So the musician records the entire rehearsal as they would rehearse it or perform it, minus their instrument. They can go home and practice with all the other musicians without bringing them to their house. You can go to www.personalmixing.com. Couldn't be any easier than that.
في الأسبوع الرابع والأخير من التغطية الخاصة والحصرية بآيتاك لمعرض NAB 2009 بلاس فيغاس، المعرض المتخصص بالتقنيات الإعلامية. شاهدنا معا اليوم بث تلفزيوني مباشرة من المحمول، شاشة تلفزيونية تطوى كالورقة، وسائل توليف مواد الفيديو وبيعها على الشبكة، ويندوز 7 ميديا سنتر، أحدث محول فوري للصورة. إلى هنا مشاهدي آيتاك عبر قناة الحرة نأتي إلى ختام هذا الأسبوع الرابع والأخير من التغطية الخاصة والحصرية بآيتاك لمعرض NAB 2009 لهذه السنة. كنا معكم على مدى 4 أسابيع الماضية، نرجو أن نكون قد وفقنا بذلك. الأسبوع المقبل نلتقي من مكان آخر في العالم. إلى ذلك الحين نتواصل دائما عبر بريدنا الإلكتروني aitak@alhurra.com. يمكن مشاهدة هذه الحلقة من آيتاك وحلقات أخرى في أي وقت على موقع القناة www.alhurra.com وأيضا على youtube.com/الحرة. شكرا لكم جميعا وإلى اللقاء.